In his memoir, Hard Candy, Charles A. Carroll does not sugarcoat the appalling treatment he and his brother endured while wards of the state of New Jersey during the 1950s. Critics say it's a book you can't put down. Here to talk about it is the author himself.
Why did you write this book, Charles?
Because I could never forget the children that I remembered that had no voice. I still felt their screams inside my belly, and it was time to give them some redemption and a voice.
Hard Candy, I'm reading it. The book is about two brothers who endured a lot of abuse in the 50s, living in a mental institution. You nor your brother were mentally impaired in any way. Tell me how this book has impacted your life. What is it in this book that you want the readers to know?
This book dispels the public myth that it doesn't happen anymore. When I closed my business in 1989 and decided to devote myself to getting this book done, I did the research and learned that nothing had changed. Very little had changed. But the only thing that had changed, that things were better hidden. And I decided that at that point, a book like mine needed to be written to give a voice back to those that don't have one.
I picked up Hard Candy, and immediately I had thought, you know, this is a little bit, not too much, but a little bit like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. However, what was the difference?
Well, Ken Kesey wrote a wonderful book. There's no question about that, and he did a beautiful job with it, but it was fiction. It is of a similar genre, and it is about abuse that happened in a state mental hospital, whereas in my case, it's a true story. This is a true story. This is the real McCoy.
Describe to me the type, obviously reading it, describe to our readers within reason the type of abuse that you and your brother endured.
Well, we were physically, mentally, sexually, verbally, psychologically abused, raped by inmates, or residents, as they call them today, and also by pedophiles that worked at the institution. We were victims of both.
And reading the book, it leads me to believe that you're a child's right advocate.
I am.
And do you ever walk around and you see a situation where a child might be in an abusive situation? Do you walk away? What do you do? What goes inside you?
Absolutely not. And the child gets priority. I'm not concerned about what people think of me by getting into somebody's face when I see them abusing someone, a child, a helpless child. And walk away, no, definitely not.
I've read many books, and you know, you go through the channels of laughing, smiling, smirking, giggling, crying. I picked up this book, Hard Candy. I couldn't for a second smile, or even for a minute even have an opportunity to chuckle. It's about tears. It's about the reality and the dark side of what can happen wrong to a system with two innocent children.
Yes, that's correct. But we must remember that it's still happening. It's still going on. The Justice Department has done numerous investigations across the country, 300 institutions throughout the country, and have found human rights violations. And there's much of that still going on, a lot of monitoring going on, where they're now forced to either live up to improving conditions or be withheld funding.
After writing this book about long life abuse, especially during the earlier years of you and your brother's lives, do you feel a sense of this is it for you? Are you writing another book? How are you healing, and how are you going through the process? Is Hard Candy the all, be all, end all books for you?
There is a sequel, and it is being encouraged by my publisher. And because I'm in the middle of so much media attention right now, it would be pretty difficult to focus on a good sequel. So until I get some of this media attention out of the way, I'm not going to be able to start that. But
we appreciate you for coming here at PBS for our media attention. So.
Oh, you got it.
Now I hear you're up for a book award. I know you weren't expecting this, but for the Hollywood Book Festival, tell me a little bit about that.
Okay. They concentrate on books that are very good for the screen, that are good candidates for movies. And I'm a candidate, but I will not learn whether or not I've won until Saturday. Although I did win a book award already, which is the MIPA Book Award. And I received honorable mention for that, for memoir biography.
Excellent. Now, Hard Candy, a true story about you and your brother enduring mental institution. How do you survive that at such a young age?
My brother really got the bad end of all this. Fortunately, I never believed they were right about me, and I lived on that premise. I just refused to believe that they had any right to ever have me in a place like that. And that's what I lived on. That's how I got my emotional nourishment.
Right. Do we see a movie? There's a rumor that there's a movie in the way of Hard Candy.
We're working on that. I just finished a screenplay. I wrote an adaptation of Hard Candy for the screen, and we're currently soliciting that. Now, if I win this book award that's coming up, I think we stand a very good chance of taking it to film.
I know I have my autographed copy, but can you tell our viewers how they can get their copy of Hard Candy?
Oh, by all means. You can get it on Amazon.com, or you can get it directly from the publisher, which is championpress.com, or just go to your local bookstore, Borders, Barnes & Noble. You can order it from them. A lot of them already have the book, but if they don't have it, they'll be happy to order it for you.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us, Charles.
You're so welcome, and thanks for inviting me.